I'm always of the opinion that consistency triumphs intensity at any point of time.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह। अहलन व सहला आप पॉडकास्ट बॉटम लाइन इक्वेशन ना 4th एपिसोड पर આ સિરીઝ એક ઇનિશિયેટિવ છે by Idaarah al-Tijaarat al-Raabehah to celebrate the 10 years of prosperity of al-Da'il Ajal Sayyidina Ali Qadar Mufaddal Saifuddin Tawallallahu Umru Sharif. I am your host अम्मार काचवाला અને આજના પોડકાસ્ટ ઉપર આપણે મુફદ્દલ ભાઈ ઝવેરી who is the founder of Elegant Hardware એનાથી એક candid conversation કરશું. મુફદ્દલ ભાઈની જર્ની ઘણી યુનિક છે because over the period of 20 years એના બિઝનેસને પ્રોડક્ટ સેન્ટ્રિક સી સોલ્યુશન સેન્ટ્રિકમાં ઇવોલ્વ કીધું છે અને એ જર્નીના અંદર એ ઘણા બધા લર્નિંગ્સ એક્વાયર કીધા છે, ઘણા બધા એક્સપિરિયન્સીસ એક્વાયર કીધા છે અને આજના પોડકાસ્ટના ઉપર મુફદ્દલ ભાઈ વિલ બી શેરિંગ દેટ વિથ અસ. સો સ્ટે ટ્યુન ટિલ ધ એન્ડ એન્ડ એન્જોય દિસ પોડકાસ્ટ.
मुफद्दल भाई, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल शुक्रन कि आप आज ये टाइम निकालीने यू आर स्पेंडिंग टाइम विद अस ऑन दिस पॉडकास्ट बॉटम लाइन इक्वेशन. अभी विदाउट वेस्टिंग मच ऑफ अ टाइम एंड डायरेक्टली jump into the topic. पहलो सवाल है मुफद्दल भाई that when you started in early years, what was your motivation of getting into the business and how did you, or if you can share some insights from your early years of working in the business.
Thanks Amar bhai, thanks for having me here. So basically when I started becomes, I mean, when I was in 10th, it does start from there. So till 7th grade I was an average student. Suddenly my grades spiked up and in 10th I was one of the toppers before I realized and I was number 3 on the merit list. So that time, you know, in 1998 I passed out of my 10th and that time there was a trend, students going to USA mainly for engineering. That time पर एकदम engineering craze था, you know, people used to go to US and mainly US for engineering. And a lot of my friends and people in my circle were going there. So and my father he had his own business, manufacturing business. So he wanted me to be a part of it. I wanted to, you know, that peer pressure, or what do you say. I also wanted to go abroad for studies. And then when we are in dilemma, we do one thing. अपने मौलामा अर्जी करिए से and मौलामा से रज़ा भी के यहाँ study करो અને help your father in his business, and that's what I did. I did my engineering year and in 2003 we again with Maulana Raza we started hardware business. And initially in the initial years when we started, if you know, the early years of 2000s, the building industry was in boom, especially in Bombay. Real estate prices were spiking up. Well, there were good margins for the builders and it was overall a very good scenario. And we eventually jumped into that. We started, once we started our business, we used to meet builders, their purchase officers, and I was proactively involved in the marketing of my products that time. It was initial years of my business. And we managed to get into quite a lot of reputed builders supplying for their premium projects. Even that time there were, you know, SRA projects going on. We supplied in that, and that all went very smoothly, very well till the year 2008-2009, where there was an economic recession, and then suddenly, you know, real estate prices became stagnant. There was a shortage of funds in the market. Builders were starting to act, you know, initially they used to pay us promptly, then there was slight delay in the payments because of fund crunch. So yeah, that started happening, and then that was the first, I think, kind of a hurdle that I remember coming to.
Got it.
So જેમ મેં કીધું કે there was a recession, and then એમ થયું કે we found a little bit of problem with the builder industry. કે પેમેન્ટ્સ ટાઈમ પર નહીં આવતા એન્ડ યુ નો પ્રાઇસ કોમ્પિટિશન ઘણું થઈ ગયું છે એન્ડ વી રિયલાઇઝ કે આ એકદમ પ્રોડક્ટ સેન્ટ્રિક માર્કેટ થઈ રહ્યું છે બિકોઝ બિલ્ડર્સ નીડ ઓનલી વન પ્રોડક્ટ એન્ડ મલ્ટિપલ્સ ઓફ ધેમ એમાં એકદમ યુ ડોન્ટ ગેટ ટુ સજેસ્ટ ન્યૂ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ, નવું પ્રોડક્ટ એક્સપ્લોર નહીં થતું. આ સેમ ને સેમ ચીઝ દે આર પુટિંગ ઇન ઓલ ધ બિલ્ડિંગ્સ. આ બિલ્ડિંગમાં બી લાગુ તો કે 1000 પીસ આ સેમ આઇટમના સેમ બિલ્ડિંગમાં બીજી બિલ્ડિંગમાં બી આ જ લગાવશે, ત્રીજી બિલ્ડિંગમાં બી આ જ લગાવશે. તો ધ પ્રોડક્ટ સ્ટેગ્નન્સી થઈ ગયેલી અને અમને બી લાગુ કે વી આર નોટ એબલ ટુ એક્સપ્લોર ટુ મચ એન્ડ ઇનોવેટ ટુ મચ.
ગોટ ઇટ. તો પછી આજે આ પ્રોડક્ટ સેન્ટ્રિક માર્કેટ થવાની વાત કરી રહ્યા છો, તો ઓફકોર્સ પછી એનું સોલ્યુશન ઓબ્વિયસ સોલ્યુશન એમ આઈડેન્ટિફાઈ કીધું હશે કે ના હવે પ્રોડક્ટ સેન્ટ્રિક છે, સોલ્યુશન સેન્ટ્રિક જઈએ. તો એ ટ્રાન્ઝિશન પછી કેમ થયું બિઝનેસના અંદર?
સો ધ ફર્સ્ટ પોઈન્ટ જે ધ ટ્રિગર મેં કહું જે ટ્રિગર હતું, સો વન ઓફ ધ મેજર બિલ્ડર્સ વિથ હુમ વી આર વર્કિંગ, એના સાથે અમારું 2003 આઈ થિંક ધ ફર્સ્ટ વી સ્ટાર્ટેડ, વી વર એસોસિએટેડ વિથ દેટ બિલ્ડર. અને એનું એટલા વર્ષોથી કામ ચાલી રહ્યું હતું. હવે એના ઓનરનું ઘરનું કામ સ્ટાર્ટ થયું તો હી વોન્ટેડ ટુ ઓબ્વિયસલી બીકોઝ ઓફ ઓલ ધીઝ યર્સ ઓફ ટ્રસ્ટ એને અમારાથી લેવું હતું. સો એના ઘરનું જ્યારે કામ થયું અને એના ઘરે જે મટીરિયલ લોકો સપ્લાય કીધું બધું અલગ અલગ ટાઈપનું ઇમ્પોર્ટેડ ફિટિંગ્સ, ઇન્ડિયન બધું અલગ લોટ્સ ઓફ થિંગ. એમાં અમને really interested in the types of innovative products. અમે એક્સપ્લોર કીધું, એને બતાવ્યા સોલ્યુશન્સ એન્ડ હી લવ્ડ ઇટ. અને એમાં જે અમારું બિલિંગ વેલ્યુ થયું, જે મટીરિયલ અમે સપ્લાય કીધું, એ લાસ્ટ 10 વર્ષમાં એના આખી બિલ્ડિંગ પ્રોજેક્ટ્સમાં જેટલું નહોતું ગયું મટીરિયલ અમારું બિલિંગ, એ ખાલી એના એક ઘર જે એ ડુપ્લેક્સ ફ્લેટ બનાવ્યો એના અંદર અમારું એટલું વેલ્યુનું હાર્ડવેર ગયું. તો ત્યારે અમે રિયલાઇઝ કીધું કે અને એ બી વી એન્જોયડ સપ્લાઈંગ દેટ. કેમ કે એમાં દેર વોઝ નો નેગોશિએશન, હતું નેગોશિએશન ઓબ્વિયસલી, ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ કે મને પ્રાઇસ નથી પૂછ્યા તો મેં કંઈ બી રેટ કરી દીધા. બટ એ લોકોનો મેઇન પર્પસ ઓફ ગેટિંગ અસ બીકોઝ they knew કે I will give them the right product.
Correct.
Rather than હમણાં બિલ્ડિંગમાં હોય છે તો their mentality is કે who will give me a cheaper product. But when we are giving them such products, એ લોકોને થાય છે who will give me a better product. So એ perspective change થયો, giving a cheaper product to giving a good product and a good solution.
Right.
And that is when we started realizing કે હવે આપણે solution centric products આપવા જોઈએ, જ્યાં product is not the only criteria but how it helps solve the need of the client. That is the main goal.
ઓકે. તો હવે જે આપણે આ પોઈન્ટ કીધું કે એ શું કામ આ કોન્વર્ઝેશન યા આ સો ટુ સે ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન થયું, બીકોઝ દેર વોઝ અ ટ્રસ્ટ જે આપણે ઇસ્ટેબ્લિશ કીધું છે. તો દેટ બ્રિંગ્સ મી ટુ ધ નેક્સ્ટ પોઈન્ટ કે આ કંઈ ઓવરનાઇટ પ્રોસેસ નથી ગેઇનિંગ ટ્રસ્ટ ઇન ધ માર્કેટ. તો ઇઝ ધેર અ સેટ પેટર્ન યા કંઈ એવી સેટ સ્ટ્રેટેજીઝ આપણે અપ્લાય કીધી ઓવર ધ યર્સ બિઝનેસના અંદર ટુ ગેઇન ટ્રસ્ટ ઇન ધ માર્કેટ?
આપણે આ તો ચલો આપણા ઘરનું પહેલાંનો છે. હમણાં આપણે રિસેન્ટ મોલાની વાઝ બયાનમાં મોલા હંમેશા ફરમાવે છે કે જે બી બિઝનેસ કરો ઈમાનદારીથી કરો અને નેવર કોમ્પ્રોમાઇઝ ઓન યોર એથિક્સ એન્ડ વેલ્યુઝ. દેટ્સ વોટ વી ડીડ. સો આઈ એમ ઓલવેઝ ઓફ ધ ઓપિનિયન દેટ કન્સિસ્ટન્સી triumphs intensity at any point of time. Like you need to be consistent instead of intensity થી થોડી વાર કંઈ કીધું જોશમાં અને પછી ના કીધું. That is one of our core principles, that we are consistent in our commitments, in our whatever we commit to the clients. And when you genuinely care for a customer, when your perspective is કે મને my intention is not કે મેં આનાથી પ્રોફિટ કમાવો, મારું ઇન્ટેન્શન છે કે આને આ ચીઝ જોઈએ છે, how do I solve that problem, how do I give the best solution to that. When that is your aim, the customer reads it in your eyes કે આનું ઇન્ટેન્શન છે કે મને perfect product આપો અને good solution, and it's not profit making. And that's how over a period of time we developed this trust. And sometimes we need to sacrifice on our profit margins just to give the client a particular product or service, even though we knew કે આમાં અમને નુકસાન થઈ રહ્યું છે, but because we committed something and we did not want to go back on our commitment, and the customer knows it કે ભાઈ he is taking that extra effort, and they notice it, and one satisfied customer gives you 10 more.
Of course.
So that is how that is our motto and how we've managed to build trust with our old customers and new customers as well.
Got it. સો મુફદ્દલભાઈ, હવે આ જ્યારે બિઝનેસ આખો ટ્રાન્ઝિશનના થ્રુ જઈ રહ્યું છે, જ્યારે આપણે હમણાં શેર કીધું કે પ્રોડક્ટ સેન્ટ્રિક ટુ સોલ્યુશન સેન્ટ્રિક ટુ એસ્ટાબ્લિશિંગ ઈચ એન્ડ એવરી માઇન્યુટ સ્ટેપ્સ કે કેમ માર્કેટમાં ટ્રસ્ટ ગેઇન કરવું, કેમ ટ્રસ્ટ એસ્ટાબ્લિશ કરવું. બટ એટ ધ સેમ ટાઈમ એક ઘણું ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ પાર્ટ જે આપણું બિઝનેસનું in parallel is about having the right set of partnerships, having the right set of brands આપના કિટીના અંદર. તો એ અચીવ કરવા વાસ્તે આપે કંઈ કોન્શિયસ એફર્ટ્સ લીધા યા વોટ વર યુ ડુઈંગ, બિકોઝ એ ઇક્વલી ચેલેન્જિંગ છે, એ ઇક્વલી ડોન્ટિંગ ટાસ્ક છે. તો વોટ વોઝ યોર સ્ટ્રેટેજી ફોર દેટ?
So Amar bhai, initially obviously the first couple of years were learning, because it was a new line for us also. But slowly and slowly, as I understood, the brands that we selected, ये हमें इवा करता था कि एक trust, we also trust that person. And for example now, we started in 2003, 2007 માં like हमारा retail હતું, but then we thought that distribution भी करવું જોઈએ to expand our business. In 2007 we got associated with a brand from Gurgaon जे लोगों designer door handles बनाता था. ये लोगों they were experts in designing, but they did not have much marketing knowledge. Products भी घना नाना 8-10 products था. So we thought products fine छे and it's a niche product. It was risky क्या चाल से क्या नहीं, but then मने लागू के नहीं let me try it out and see. So મેં પોતે પ્રોડક્ટ્સ લઈને I went to a few reputed stores in Mumbai જે લોકોને મને લાગતું હતું કે આ પ્રોડક્ટ ચાલશે, and I took their review and based on the review મેં સ્ટાર્ટ કીધું. અને ગ્રેજ્યુઅલી એ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ 5-10 થી લઈને ઘણી મોટી રેન્જ over the past 15 years we built up, and basically I had them market the products. We are the sole distributors in Maharashtra. અને મારું એ distribution network બી સેટ થતું ગયું. So what happened is then obviously एक brand पर rely करीने अपने कि भाई this is a brand, it's not my own brand, I'm a distributor.
Correct.
So consciously I thought कि let me make my own brand also. I already have a network which I have built. So then we started our own brand, import करता था products. Obviously it was a different set of products, not the same that we were distributing in bathroom accessories. અને we started doing pan India. આ મારું જે distribution was only Maharashtra. પછી pan India we started, but our જે અમારા માર્કેટમાં we were known for getting niche products, designer and giving exclusivity to dealers. જે અમે પહેલા પ્રોડક્ટમાં અમે કરી રહ્યા હતા. તો we maintained the same principles over there as well. But the thing is, from Maharashtra we expanded to all over India, and અમે કો માના જે બી hardware good reputed showrooms છે all over the country, we started supplying to them. And they knew, because એ લોકોને ખબર છે કે આ લોકો because of our past reputation કે ભાઈ these people work exclusively, they are true to their word. અને products for example અગર અમને આપો છે તો બાજુમાં અમારા ટેરિટરીમાં બીજાને નહીં આપે, and that is how we work. અને distribution products or products European products ઘણા છે જે આવે છે.
Okay.
So we always work with products જે અલગ હોય અને whom we can trust on and they trust us. So that helps in a long term relationship.
Got it. હવે જે આપણે મેન્શન કીધું કે there are a lot of products, niche markets established છે, અને કોઈ પણ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી લઈએ, કોઈ પણ સેગમેન્ટ લઈએ, કસ્ટમર નીડ્સ ટાઈમ ટુ ટાઈમ ઇવોલ્વ થાય છે, માર્કેટ ટ્રેન્ડ્સ ટાઈમ ટુ ટાઈમ ઇવોલ્વ થાય છે. તો એઝ અ બિઝનેસ આપ ये what did you do? ये आप શું સ્ટેપ્સ લીધા ટુ ઇન્શ્યોર કે हमें on top of market trends always रहिए?
Yes, as you rightly said, the only thing constant is change. Market, especially in the interior designing industry, કેમ કે નવી ચીજ રોજ આવે છે. Interior designers want to experiment new products and new designs every day. It is very important to stay ahead of the trend, because આજે તમને તમારા કસ્ટમર કરતાં વધારે ખબર હશે તો એ તમારા પાસે આવશે. અગર એને તમારા કરતાં વધારે ખબર છે તો he will just come to you for the price. You don't add any value to your services. So since the beginning મારી habit રહી છે to attend trade shows, ઇન્ડિયામાં યા international trade shows, especially interior designing industry માં some of the trends originate from Europe. અને એ ટ્રેન્ડ્સ પછી આખા વર્લ્ડમાં ફોલો થાય છે, because that is the design hub, especially Italy.
Okay.
So we make sure કે જે products છે જે so in our line there are two types of products. One is aesthetic and one is functional. Aesthetic જે તમારો સામે જોવાઈને it adds to the appeal, and one is functional જે સ્પેસ યુટિલાઇઝેશનમાં યા ફંક્શનમાં કરે. સો બોથ ધ થિંગ્સ we keep abreast about the knowledge, and by way of attending trade shows, we also arrange, हमारे team members है. For example, मैंने तो खबर है, but now my sales team also needs to know about that.
Correct.
So we send them to the display centers of different companies, train them how the product works. So we can, as you said, product centric હતું અને solution centric કરવું છે તો આપણે knowledge હોવું જોઈએ કે આ વસ્તુ કામ કેમ કરશે. If we don't know how this product is going to get installed, how are we going to sell it?
Right.
So yeah, we try and have that knowledge. And now knowledge lidu, but now how to explain to the customer. So as the period went, initially we used to call people for orders.
Right.
And so in all this journey, I have done a lot of courses regarding management and this. एक वस्तु मैंने कहीं क्लिक थी कि when you call someone for an order, you are the salesman. But if someone તમને કોઈ સામેથી call કરે છે, so then you are the expert.
Correct.
And he is willing to pay you more, and the chances of conversion are also more, because એ સામેથી call કીધો છે અને તમે, because he perceives you in a particular way. And when you call someone, he perceives you as a salesman.
Correct.
So we slowly started shifting our image to someone who's an educator, who's an expert.
Right.
And so my customers who I'm working with, and I got the opportunity to also give guest lectures in some reputed interior designing institutes like Rachna, LS Raheja, SMDT. So they call me for guest lectures to educate their students, the interior designing students હોય છે લોકોના, કે ભાઈ because hardware is a complicated, તો interior designing માં બધું everything looks very glorious and everything, but જે hardware છે, the components are so થોડું boring લાગે કે યાર hardware માં શું જવા, but if you don't use the right product in the right way, the whole design goes haywire.
Correct.
So they especially called me to educate their students of how to use the right hardware, where to use, what are the specifications, what to keep in mind,
right.
and how they, as interior designers, they should know more than the carpenter.
Correct.
Because sometimes the carpenter says ke carpenter knowledge limited હોય છે ને, એનાથી અગર ફિટ નહીં થતું કોઈ ચીજ, so he'll say ये मत use करो. But then as an interior designer, they should know that this is actually going to help them save a cost or help them utilize a particular space in a particular way. So I started doing those sessions, and in fact, જે મારા અમુક architects and designer clients છે, they periodically they want me to come and guide their team members, because કોઈ architect હોય એના પાસે 10-15 associates હોય, team members હોય. So when you educate them about the products, it helps them in the designing also.
Correct.
So એ લોકો ડિઝાઇન ક્રિએટ થયા પછી તમારા પાસે નહીં આવતા કે મને આ વસ્તુ જોઈએ છે. એ લોકો ડિઝાઇન કરતા પહેલાં જ આપણું પ્રોડક્ટ એ લોકોના સ્કીમમાં હોય છે કે ઓકે, elegant hardware has suggested us this product, let us use it in our design also.
Good.
So as you said, instead of pushing yourself, I mean, we got the pull, we started attracting,
Right.
pulling clients.
Right. मतलब deploy, in nutshell, deployed pull effect rather than push effect, and that helped you along the way. અને when a journey as dynamic જેટલી આપણે define કીધી છે, તો એનામાં ઘણા obstacles આવે, ups and downs આવે. જેમ મેં વાત કીધી, માર્કેટ ટ્રેન્ડ ચેન્જ થાય, સિનેરિયોઝ ચેન્જ થાય, lot of things જે આપણા કંટ્રોલમાં ના, વેરિયેબલ્સ કંટ્રોલના કમ્પ્લીટલી બહાર હોય એ પણ ચેન્જ થાય. સો એ સગલા ચેલેન્જીસને, ઓબ્સ્ટિકલ્સને, વન, ઇફ હેવ યુ ફેસ્ડ એઝ અ બિઝનેસ, અને ઇફ યસ તો આપે કેમ એને ઓવરકમ કીધા?
See, challenges, obstacles, if you ask me, have you faced? So any businessman will lie if he says no, I have not faced any obstacles.
Right.
So in fact, there are daily obstacles when you go for, as an entrepreneur, you face daily obstacles for sure. But as an entrepreneur, you have the courage to overcome it every day. So that's not a challenge. But the biggest challenge, I think, what I faced, and I think all entrepreneurs will be facing, and not one time, it is periodically, is stagnancy. Because તમે કેટલું બી કરો, once you go one graph higher, then there comes a time where plateau થઈ જાય છે, and then you again need to do something to again go on the upward trajectory. So yeah, that was something કે હવે આ તો થઈ ગયું, હવે શું કરીએ? Because again after some time you will find કે ભાઈ your growth is going flat. So you always need to do something innovative, something different ताकि पाછી તમારી ગાડી it starts the upward trajectory. So yeah, from the beginning to now, even today, so there have been it keeps coming again and again, and then you feel that how do you innovate, what else do you do to start growing your business again.
Right. So I remember Zaveri अपने thoughts exchange की था before we started recording the podcast. आप specifically Zaveri COVID scenario mention की दो when you explored exports for the first time. So can you touch upon that? અને એના પર થોડું આપ આપનો experience share કરશો?
So obviously COVID was a difficult time for everyone, and હતું કે શું કરીએ શું નહીં, હવે કાલે શું થશે. So તિવારે like એના પહેલા our market was established more or less. We had dealers, distributors in different parts of India. हमारा architects, builders સાથે but obviously everything came to a halt.
Correct.
Once COVID struck. And then I started thinking how can I overcome, we don't know tomorrow what will happen. So obviously the thing is કે અને frankly કે કરવાનું બી નહોતું. 2-3 મહિના જેવા એકદમ complete lockdown હતું ત્યારે it was just suspense, wondering શું કરીએ. So because with the help of business networking organizations of which I am a part, I started contacting people in different countries. That's what the consciously starting to think about exports and selling out of the country. In Pillavi we used to do exports,
okay,
but it was not a conscious effort in export. हमना कोई client છે જેનો हमना for example in I think 2012-13 માં Papua New Guinea is a country. It's somewhere in near Indonesia, Australia na વચમાં. It's an island. Wano airport rights were given to SR Group in India, and so they had to develop that airport, and they took all the hardware from us. We got the project, and but that was not an export as in a regular export. મારું એકવાર થયું, that's it. Right. So off and on export thatu tu, but then this time I think we need to constantly develop a pipeline for exports also, because यहाँ तो अपने develop कर ही दीदू है. So I started, as I said, contacting architects, builders, interior designers, because they are my clients who can help me connect to the right people in different countries, Africa, Europe, US. Because you are online, Zoom no zamana hoto. I mean every second hour you were on Zoom in some meeting or the other. So I managed to, I think I must have met at least 80-100 people or more, done meetings with them online. And one by one things started materialize, and we got a good export order for some products in Uganda. That's when I thought now I think it's time કે मैं થોડો effort વધારે નાખું આના અંદર અને એક product range भी develop કરું જે product range તો હતી પણ as a different brand and suitable for that market. Because now whatever I was doing was for the Indian market, and I was trying to sell it in the international market without knowing what their trend is. But then as મારું એક ચાલુ થયું, then I started visiting different places, different countries, and started કે ભાઈ exhibitions માં you get to know a lot about the design trends of different countries.
Right.
And એ design trends ના હિસાબે I knew કે okay US UK માં આ product design is suitable. આમાં આ છે. I studied the export statistics કે ઇન્ડિયાથી શું જાય છે અહીંયા, કયો પ્રોડક્ટ વધારે જાય છે, who's manufacturing, who's buying it.
Right.
So obviously that was a data study effort भी હતો થોડા અંદર, and then I joined the dots કે કયા પ્રોડક્ટ કા વેચી શકાય છે, and then I developed my own brand, which જે મેં હવે proactively market કરી રહ્યો છું for markets in US, Europe, South Africa, Australia, because the products are suited for that kind of market. So yeah, that's how I have also added to my existing market
portfolio. Got it. Mufaddal Bhai, in the entire journey जो आपने narrate की थी, starting with working with builders till export, I am sure कि आपने ये भी multiple opportunities present થઈ હશે which is working with marquee clients, prestigious projects. So would love to hear some tidbits about that. અને જેવારે you work on a normal project versus working on marquee projects, prestigious projects, marquee clients, એનામાં is there a different set of learning જે આપણે arrive કીધી હોય, a different set of challenges આપણે face કીધા હોય? If you can share that.
So Amarbai, yes, obviously in this journey મોડા ની દુઆસી ઘણી as you said prestigious projects પર we've been associated, recent ones being Sefi Masjid, Bombay, Jamiat Sefiya, Karbala fairs અને એ બધી જગ્યા પર અને it has always એટલે આ બધા પર કરીએ છીએ તો આપણે એક sense of satisfaction અલગ મિલે છે. This is one side. Another side where જે prestigious clients માં we've done work for a lot of celebrities, cricketers. એમાં કોઈ સાથે interaction થાય છે, કોઈ સાથે નહીં થતો. The recent one I think which was last year, we supplied digital door locks for Sri Amitabh Bachchan એના ઘરે, and I had the opportunity to personally discuss with him, show him the options. I was with him for around 1 hour. And the learning frankly is that frankly for us each and every client is important irrespective of his or her stature. And so when I was with him, I explained him like whatever the features and products for like a normal customer. So I think it helped him understand it better rather than thinking that he's trying to pitch me something because I am Amitabh Bachchan. So this is what I think, because the way he interacted with me in a very friendly way, and so I think each and every customer is important. But yes, in certain ways you need to for example if a digital door lock demo has to be given, normally my sales team goes, but now when it is a client of a particular stature, you need to go there because they need to identify you as a brand.
Correct.
And not the company.
Correct.
So yes, you need to project yourself as a particular thing. So that way relationship built થાય છે, and then obviously they refer to other people of similar stature as well.
Right.
My એક ચીઝ that I would like to mention, when I was we supplied to Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, so એનું installation હતું. The installation of the lock had to be done. So as I said again, normally my installation person goes, but then I wanted to be there because fingerprint registration ne બધું હતું. So I just wanted to be there to ease the process. You are comfortable speaking to me. અને ત્યારે આપણા અશારા હતા, એટલે once we supplied, and in the next week Ashara was there, London Ashara, and so I was in touch with his secretary. Okay, when do you want the installation? They said that it will be in this week because he's busy shooting for KBC right now. So in time name, I think this week will be suitable for the installation, and that was in Ashara. So I make it well one. Okay, we try to do it early because I won't be available. My team will be there, but I would be. If I'm there, I'm more comfortable doing the complete thing and explaining the complete registration of fingerprints and everything. So as he I cannot promise, but let's see. And so apne to I did not tell anything, and Ashara આયા and we closed and we went, and 11મી તારીખ બરાબર I know 10મી તારીખ આશ્વાસ પૂરો થયો. 11મી તારીખે my office opened, my office was also closed, and મારા સ્ટાફમાં they sent me a photo of a letter sent by Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, handwritten letter with his sign and his wishes, and giving a testimonial about the product and how good my services and product is. And that was something જેમાં લાગુ કે sometimes you get tempted કે યાર એટલો prestigious client છે, let me sacrifice something and attend to that first. But then patience and अपने મોડા જે ફરમાવે છે કરીએ છે તો it has its own sweet fruits.
Got it. હવે જેમ કહેવાય છે that all good things come to an end, and so does this podcast also has to come to an end. So our last segment, Mufaddal Bhai, that if we were to take all this years of learning અને એને summarize કરીને જે new entrants છે આ ફિલ્ડમાં, especially young entrepreneurs who are trying to get into આ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીના અંદર, એ લોકો વાસ્તે આપની શું એડવાઇસ હશે?
See, obviously the learning process has been long. The times now have become much faster. It does not allow you so much time to learn. So one thing that I realized over a period of time is, when you're starting today, think of where you want to go and act accordingly, rather than thinking about your current position and thinking कि मैं यहाँ से वहाँ केम जाइस, and it will have its own set of challenges in your mind. But if you think where you want to go, the goal that you want to achieve, and the actions that you have to take to achieve that goal, things will become much easier. Because today's time is such that slow learning process nahi chal raha. The learning has to be much faster with new technologies like AI coming in. Things have become much simpler. And હવે જે પેલા હતું કે ચલો દુકાન ચાલુ કીધી, ગ્રાહક વાસ્તે વેટ કીધું, that time no longer exists.
Right.
You need to be proactive, and whatever product or services you select to grow with, it has to be something innovative.
Right.
તો જ customer આવશે. Otherwise, you will become part of the competition with low margins and low growth. And you'll always think કે why is the customer not coming to me? Rather than, as I said, obviously I've learned over a period of years and still learning that the customer should get pulled towards you, rather than you becoming a salesman and pushing કે મારાથી આ લો, મેં આ ભાવમાં આપી દઈશ. So that is begging for business. Rather than that, make your business in such a way that the customer sees you as an expert and comes to you. And I always believe the best, if you are the cheapest, the customer will not consider you the best.
Yes.
And if you are the best, the customer will understand that you will not be the cheapest.
Right.
So always keep that in mind while developing whatever business model you are doing.
Right. Well said, Mufaddal Bhai. And with that, I'd like to thank you personally. Thank you on behalf of Idaarah al-Tijaarat al-Raabehah કે આપે આ ટાઈમ નિકાળ્યું અને આપે આપના આખી જર્નીને સમરાઇઝ કરીને આ પોડકાસ્ટમાં શેર કીધી. And I wish you all the best for the future and hope to see you achieve more greater heights than what you are doing today.
Thank you, Mufaddal Bhai, and thanks to al-Raabehah for giving me the opportunity to explain my 20-odd years in business. And this prompted me to think about my journey as well, because normally once you get to the next level of the journey, you forget what you did. But this prompted me to rewind my whole journey and present it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.